Well, hey friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my greenhouse today. Today we're going to be hanging out in the yard. I'm going to be planting up some new seedlings today, and then we're going to be doing some updates on some of the recent videos and projects I've been doing. I'll take you through some of the plant updates, cuttings, Amaryllis, just some things I've been doing, and sort of kind of a compilation of just kind of what's been happening in the month of January in my garden, and with some of my houseplants and stuff. First thing we're going to do is plant up these seedlings. So these are from Eden Brothers, and I'm excited to try these. The first one is a Viola Frizzle Sizzle mini tapestry, and that one has a picture there on the package. The other one is a pastel mix, and there is no picture on this package, but I'll try to find a picture of that for you. And so these are again from Eden Brothers. I actually got them off Amazon. I didn't realize that Eden Brothers sold on Amazon, so that works for me. And then I have my little Amazon trays here that I'm going to be starting these. So I'm going to go ahead and get these planted. I already have my seed starting mix in my trays, so I'll just flip the camera around and let's get started with some seeds today. Okay, so I went ahead and filled up my trays here, so I'm just going to go ahead and probably snip off the top. I don't see any sort of pull tab or anything like that. So I guess I'll just make a slit here. Okay, so that is what the seeds look like. So they're really, really small. I'm gonna use my toothpick to try to get these in the soil. We'll see how that goes. I also clipped my nails really short, so I might just use my fingernail. I can feel them pretty well. So because these do need some dark to germinate, I'm just gonna take my toothpick, and I can see the seeds, and I'm just gonna push them down in to the soil instead of covering it. I just find that this gives me like a little bit more control, and it can be a little tricky, but I can also see the placement of these. Now a couple of them I have 2 seeds in the cell, but not too many of them. And also these Amazon trays are really great. Look at all the tools that they come with. So a lot of the smaller tools I use in my videos and just in gardening in general come from these. I really like these little spades to get the seedlings out once they're rooted in. I don't really use this one as much, but again, you could use that to lift. And then the other tool has a little shovel and then kind of a dauber on one side. So these are actually really great. And then when you buy the trays, they do come with some labels, which is also really helpful. So there we go with the white tray. And we're gonna go ahead and put a humidity dome on this and make sure that it is closed, and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and do the next tray. Okay, so then this one is the mix, pastel mix. So I decided that I wanted a few more spring colors of pansies and violas. Now this is actually my first year growing pansies and violas from seeds, so I'm really excited. I haven't done this process before, so I don't know how difficult or easy it is to grow from seed. Now this pack has more, I would say, than the Frizzle Sizzle. Oh yeah, there seems like a lot more seeds in here. So I'm gonna double sow these. I'm gonna do at least 2 in each container. And again, that means I have to pot up a little earlier. I don't usually, to be honest, I don't usually thin my seedlings. I just pot up sooner. That way I can still get as many plants as I can. You want to utilize all the plants that germinated. And so that's how I do it. To get them started, using the sprayer is good. And then basically just bottom watering seems to work really well for me. And then once they sprout, you definitely want to take the humidity domes off, because you can get something called damping off. And I have had that happen before. The other thing I would recommend is to check the standing water. So when you bottom water, you put some standing water in there, and then wait a couple hours, and whatever isn't absorbed, go ahead and dump that out. That soil has absorbed all it can, and a lot of seedlings don't like to be sitting in water. And here's another little update. I've got some straw flower here that I was able to separate in the greenhouse from, it's self-seeded in the greenhouse. So that is doing great. And then check this out, you guys. These are the black pansies. So I had really good germination here, pretty much. I see one cell there that doesn't have anything, but other than that, it looks like I've got about 2 plants per cell. So I'm so happy with those. And then the other one that's back here, I'm gonna move things aside here. I've got humidity domes in the way and some Lysianthus trays. Here's the violas. So again, I'm making sure these are staying wet on top, but it had really good germination. And then the catnip did okay. I still have a few there that might germinate, but again, I'm keeping them really wet. And then the first batch of Lysianthus, oh man, I gotta water this. See, it's starting to get dry here, so that's not good. But the first batch of Lysianthus that I did, you can see I've got a few little sprouts and they're so tiny, but see these first cells right here, I gotta water these right now. You don't want them to dry out like that. But that was regular potting mix. It was not the seed starting mix. And then I've got about 4 more different Lysianthus here that are in the seed starting mix, and there's nothing yet on these. So still waiting on those. So the ones in the white tray were a later sowing of the Lysianthus. This one in this green tray back here, I'm trying to remember. Let me check it. I haven't looked at it in the last day or so to see. Now, once you see germination, it's important to take the humidity dome off. So yeah, I'm seeing just the tiniest little bits of green there. So I could probably go ahead and take this tray off of here. Yep, I'm gonna do it. This was another one I sowed a little bit earlier. This one is looks like it's First Love, I think. But if you can see, really tiny there, they're so tiny, they're starting to germinate. All right, so I am potting up some of this house plant that I propagated. This plant is called a guacamole, and it's from the mint family. You can tell because it has a square stem, but it is such a beautiful plant. You guys, look at these gorgeous, healthy roots. It's really like pretty and purple on the underneath, and then on this side, it has like a variegated leaf. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that these are all rooted in, these have been growing for about 2 weeks, and you can see they are ready to pot up. So I'm gonna be potting them up into some bigger little 4-inch containers. Now I got these on Amazon because I'm gonna be, you know, putting these on the flower stand. And so I want them to look nice. I didn't wanna reuse, you know, just nursery pots. I'm gonna set this tray aside. I didn't want to reuse nursery pots. I wanted it to be, you know, something a little bit more special looking, but look at these gorgeous roots. So I thought about just putting one in each, but I also thought this is the kind of plant where the more you pinch it, the more it branches. So in order for this to look a little bit more full, I think I'm going to put 2 in each pot, and that way it'll really like fill up the pot nicely. And then the person, whoever, you know, takes it home with them has, you know, at least 2 of the growth points here. And then right as I get done doing this, I'm actually going to make more cuttings, and I'm going to do more of these. I think they are so pretty. So look how pretty that looks. It makes for a much fuller little plant. Now last year I sold plants this size and in these containers for about $5 on the flower stand, and they sold really well. I'm always surprised at how well they sell and how fast they go whenever I put houseplants on the flower stand. Now, the other thing about putting the houseplants on the flower stand is I can do that early. So last year, I think I started in about March. Look how pretty that is, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I think I started in about March, and I had rooted in some houseplants. And, you know, in March, there's not a lot of cut flowers here for me yet. But there is, you know, if I pot up houseplants, there's enough like warm and sunny days where I can put them out there on the flower stand and they're fine. So I think that's what I'm going to do again this year. I started with just some inexpensive, in fact, I had reused some nursery pots and I wrapped them with a shamrock ribbon. I have a video about it. And I put them on the flower stand, And I was really surprised. I basically sold all of them. So, and that was not even in a nicer pot. And I didn't even have as nice of a variety as I'm going to have this year. So I'm really excited to offer up houseplants on the flower stand as kind of an early season, you know, little pop-up for, I did St. Patty's last time. So I think I might have enough to even do it as a Valentine's Day. So we'll have to see. Again, it kind of depends on the weather. If the weather is really cruddy and rainy, then people aren't going to stop. But if it's a really pretty sunny day that's like maybe a weekend, I think definitely people would stop. And, you know, a lot of people walk in my neighborhood too. And so that could be something fun to offer up for people walking by, walking their dog. You know, they can grab a little plant and Venmo me. Most people that walk have their phone because they're listening to a podcast or something. So I found that the Venmo or, and most people don't have PayPal anymore, I found. So Venmo is usually where it's at. Most people have their phone, so they can just quickly Venmo me and then just, you know, stick it in their baby stroller or, you know, put it if they have, you know, something, maybe not if they're like running or something, but if they're just walking by. And here's a quick update of some of the Amaryllis pups that I potted up in my Amaryllis video. So a little update on these. You can see they have started to root in. They're doing great. I mean, it's definitely going to be many years before they would be big enough to make a bloom, but I don't know, we'll see. You can see this one here, you know, but they make kind of a pretty house plant. These little strappy foliage, sometimes they like to flop over and stuff, so I kind of prop them up. You could prop them up against a windowsill, or you could also stake these with a stake. I might do that with these today. Oops, and then tie like a little ribbon around them. But yeah, they're doing well. And then unfortunately, these are the only two Amaryllis that I'm getting the flower heads on. And you can see this flower head's pretty small. This one is probably, well, it is the biggest one I've got. This variety is the Magical Touch, and it is the one that is blooming. You can see all the Amaryllis though have these beautiful, you know, they all bloomed, or not bloomed, but they all, you know, developed leaves. So look how tall, look how tall this leaf is. They're just here in this window here on my table and enjoying the sun. And then coming this way, here's where I have the other ones. Again, they get a lot of afternoon sun, but unfortunately none of them have developed bloom heads. So they all have this beautiful foliage, but no bloom heads yet. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. The only other one that I saw that has a bloom head developing, let's see, I saw one. You got to kind of look down here at the bottom and see if there's one coming up. Oh, right here. I think that might be a bloom head. So I'm not giving up on them yet. I'm just going to leave them here in the sunny window. I think it's nice, you know, winter decor here with kind of on my little piano. And we'll see, maybe I'll get a few more of them to bloom. So this is the one Amaryllis that I purchased this year new, and it was to replace one that I had lost. And I just saw it at the store. So this is the other one that does have a bloom head on it. But again, this is a fresh bulb. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about trying to save the Amaryllis bulbs. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a strikeout that I only had two. Now some of them did bloom in the summer in the greenhouse. So, you know, I think what I'll do is kind of flag the two that bloomed this year. And then if they bloom this summer, maybe, you know, again, put a little flag in there or a little tag. And if they don't, then I think I'm gonna maybe get rid of the bulbs. So I've got some winter sowing jugs. Here's the fail, you guys. This is a fail. So these are my Ranunculus corms that I dug up last year. And I put them in the greenhouse. They were all nice and dry. And then I tried to pre-sprout them. And you guys, I don't think it worked. Look at these. I mean, I feel like they all have this, I don't know. I feel like that's mildew, right? I mean, it's gotta be mildew. I don't know. I stuck them outside thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll just leave them outside and see what they do. But I can't imagine that those are roots. They just seem like they're mildewed. So I think I'm gonna chalk this one up to a fail. I guess I'm not really sure how to keep the Ranunculus corms from year to year. I'll have to, you know, maybe it's just really hard. I don't know, or maybe I didn't do it correctly. I also have another one of the Lisianthus that got all molded. So again, I'm not sure if I'm having very much luck overwintering this Lisianthus either. It's kind of a bummer. I'm like, part of me just wants to ditch them all and just be like done with it. But I think this tray of Ranunculus is done for. And again, it could have been something I did. Maybe, I mean, I did water them in, but I'm looking at the potting medium thinking, you know, it is pretty wet. And this is not a tray that has drainage, so maybe they just rotted. I don't know. I'm so bummed though, because the whole tray were ones from last year. So I don't know. There might be a couple that are still okay, but I think I'm just gonna dump them out and start over. I bought some more Ranunculus corms. So I think just, you know, starting over with fresh ones, it is what it is. You know, I tried, but it didn't really work. So chalk that up to a fail. So I am getting some sprouting though of the new Ranunculus corms that I bought and purchased this year. So again, I'm not watering these. I'm afraid they're a little too wet. This tray is a little bit more dry, but you can see I am starting to get them to sprout. So you know, these don't look like that other tray. They don't have that same mildewy look. And I feel like these ones, you know, these are fresh. I just bought them this year and they seem to be doing really well. I also have a Christmas cactus in the greenhouse that's finally blooming. This is one of the cuttings off my big Christmas cactus plant, and I did a video about that recently too. So here's what the blooms look like. They're always pink off the big Christmas cactus that I have. But anyway, just an update on the Ranunculus. These two new ones that I got from Longfield Gardens seem to be sprouting, and I think they're gonna be good. But the one tray that I tried to save from last year, not so much. Well guys, thanks for hanging out and doing some planting with me today and checking out some updates on some of my recent videos and projects. If you want to see more videos and fun things like this, go ahead and check the description of this video for different videos that I think you also will really enjoy. And then go ahead and take a look at the recommended playlists and videos at the end of this video. Obviously, you know, YouTube thinks that you will also enjoy those, so go ahead and give them a click and a watch. Well guys, I gotta get going on some more projects, so if you need me, I'll be doing some gardening. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.